Today we are going over my Super Nintendo collection. It is pretty small, as you can see. I only have 3 games for it, and then the Super Game Boy. So technically I have like 100 games for it. I 3D printed this little holder for all of my games because I only have one game that's actually boxed that you can maybe see over there. We'll get to that in a moment. But we've got Super Mario World. I feel like most people watching this already know probably more about Super Mario World than I do. I have not completed Super Mario World before. I want to. I like it more than Super Mario Bros. 3. And the only way I'll ever finish that game is with emulation, where I can use save states to cheat my way through the game because there's no way I'm good enough to actually do it the old fashioned way. That game is way too hard. Mostly why I don't like Super Mario Bros. 3. But we're talking about Super Mario World. And I love Yoshi, and I just like the feel of Super Mario World gameplay more than the other Mario games of this era. I still think the original Mario Bros. Game, Super Mario Bros. Game, is the best. But, well, okay, I shouldn't say the best, but I like it the most of the NES games. And then this is pretty good. And honestly, I like the newer ones a lot more than the older ones. But that's just me. My first 2D Mario game was New Super Mario Bros. So yeah, there's that. NBA Jam. I love NBA Jam. It is so much fun. I definitely prefer the Xbox 360 arcade version because that's how I got started on it. But this is still tons of fun. And it's also so cheap to pick up. If you've never played NBA Jam, you don't even have to like basketball that much. It is a hoot. And I picked up the tournament edition because why not? I feel like it's got to be the best version of this NBA Jam. It's basically arcade basketball. It's 2-on-2. It is super gimmicky. You can dunk from practically the free throw line. There's all sorts of trick shots that you can do. It's just fun. The amount of times I've quoted the NBA Jam announcer in real life is endless. I do it all the time. Boom shakalaka. But it's a great game, and I definitely, out of all the games that I'm going to talk about today, which is not very many, this is the one I recommend most people play. I recommend this over Super Mario World, and I also recommend it over Super Metroid. I've already gone over on this channel all of the 2D Metroid games and how I rank them. Super Metroid is a good game, and I'll keep it short and sweet here. I like the game, but the controls are outdated, and if it was the GBA style, but everything else was the same, not just like style of like the graphics, the graphics are fine, they're great. But if it played like the GBA Metroid games, this game would be infinitely better. So I probably will never play Super Metroid again because I can't stand the controls. I mean, I could stand it, I beat it, but I'd prefer to play it with better controls, and hopefully somebody will make a Super Metroid GBA mod or something. I don't know. But yeah, this was like really expensive for not much of a good reason. I think I got it at a convention for like $80. Kind of a waste of money if I'm being honest. But the last game in my Super Nintendo collection is a Scott the Woz game. It's actually not a Scott the Woz game. If you don't know, Scott the Woz puts on a lot of charity events. I think he took a little bit of a break, like I am, and he has done the Mysterious Game of Crypticism before. He did it for NES games, and then I think he did it for I know he did it for Genesis and Super Nintendo games the next time he did it in the Return. And it's kind of like what I've done with the 100 games, like the 100 Game Boy games, the 100 N64 games that I fixed. But instead of including them in order at retroremaster.com, he made new boxes for them, new labels for them, and sold them for charity. And you could get a really good game, or you could get a really crappy game. And wow, this has a lot more wear and tear on it than I thought, because I've really only gotten this out once. But it's just a used copy of a random SNES game. I believe it's some sort of basketball game with a new label on it, and I think it's super cool. I don't remember how much it was, but can very carefully get under the label here. Oh no, it's soccer. It's Super Soccer. But he made the label specifically so they wouldn't ruin the labels underneath. Because I think even though I prefer to have the new label on top, if you did end up getting like a really rare good game, then you might want to remove this label. I don't know. Even if I got like the rarest game that he had in this, I think I still would have kept this label on it because I think it's cool. But now I have an air bubble on the label and I can't seem to do anything about that. All right. Well, it's going to go back in the box anyways because I'm never going to play Super Soccer. It's a cute little thing that Scott made for charity, and I think it's awesome. And yeah, I have it displayed in my room at my parents' house normally, but I went and grabbed it for this video. You can scan this QR code for a free poster. I don't know if that's actually true still or not. But yeah, that's it for this video. Just kidding. Bonus video. I have a Super Famicom collection that is quite literally just the same size as my SNES collection. If you've been watching the channel for a while or the channels for a while, I got these from either Zen Market, Bai, or Sendico in one of those videos. And yeah, we'll just go over them real quick because I don't have much to say about them. And I'm probably never going to make a Super Famicom collection video like I am for this. So we got Parlor Mini. I think it's just a bunch of mini games. I think I booted up once, maybe twice, just to test if it worked. It does. We've got Super Mario Kart, which is the worst Mario Kart game in the series. I don't even think anybody's going to fight me on that one. I was going to say come at me, but it's not good anymore. It was great to start the series. It did its job, but there's really no reason to go back to it. It is incredibly hard to control. I genuinely do not like this game, but I love Mario Kart as a whole, so it's nice to have it as a part of my collection. I'm probably not going to spend the money to get it for my Super Nintendo, though, so it'll only be for the Super Famicom. I don't even remember what the name of this game is, and like the first game, I put it in to see if it works, and it does. Yeah. And again, same thing. I know the character. I just can't think of his name at the moment. I know I've seen the series many times before, but I don't remember what it's called. And again, I've tested it. It works. Beyond that, probably never going to play these. So yeah, that is my Super Nintendo and Super Famicom collection. I also do have the Super Game Boy, the first one for the Famicom, Super Famicom. So yeah, I just didn't bother bringing it from my parents' house because I already have this one out and it's the same thing, just in a different shape. All right, bye.